There's a new scam in our crochet community, the fake AI crochet patterns, and the niche that's been hit the most is the amigurumi toy niche. I'm sure we have seen the boom of generative artificial intelligence images in crochet of so many things. I'm going to discuss with you how the scam looks like, what to look out for, how to protect yourself, what to do if you're scammed. My name is Timber and I'm the creator behind Adija Creations. And welcome. Don't get me wrong, I don't dislike artificial intelligence. My background was generated using artificial intelligence, and artificial intelligence allows inspiration, allows access to things that would not have been accessible, like people that are not designers, like graphic designers, being able to create things, and also has allowed room for entrepreneurship, creating jobs. Let's begin. How does this scam look like? So the scam, it looks in three ways. You get an AI generated image, and they generate a pattern using another generative AI platform like ChatGPT, put them together and sell them as a pattern. The thing about crochet is done by humans by hand. So whatever is generated has to be able to be done by a human. And the fact that these patterns are not generated by human is a problem, because when a person purchases this pattern, it doesn't work because it wasn't generated by human. The second way it looks like is an AI generated image, and then they go to a human to say, can you write a pattern for us? And the human will write a pattern based on human capability and skills. However, in spite of that, they will sell the pattern using the AI generated image. You think that when you purchase the pattern, it's going to look like the image, and yet it's not, because that's not what the pattern is capable of as a human. And the third one, which I actually find utterly ridiculous, when people are generating patterns using artificial intelligence and selling them without photos, because obviously they did not get the photos. I actually think this third one is absolutely ridiculous, because there's no self-respecting crochet designer that will ever release a pattern without photographs. So when you see something like that, just know the patterns were AI generated and they haven't been tested by human. You don't even know how they're going to come out, and you purchase the pattern thinking, I'll purchase something, and then it just doesn't work. What are you looking for to identify these AI generated patterns? You find a pattern on whatever platform or a website, or you've used a search engine and you found a platform. And then you're like, oh, this looks great. Let me make it. What do you look for to protect you from purchasing a fake AI pattern? The first thing, the most important thing, is the stitch definition. Maybe this may be a bit of a problem for beginner crocheters, but we do know that stitches have definition. The top I'm wearing, it has definition. You can see that there are actual stitches going row by row. So it's not fake. For example, when you're making a amigurumi, you either use a single crochet or a half double crochet. Stitches have a V that you can clearly see. When you see a pattern that looks great, it looks smooth, just check if it has the V's. Sometimes it does have the V, but it's not consistent throughout the item. It just shows you that it is a fake pattern, like this image I'm going to show you here. So you can see it starts there, there's some V's and then there's no V's. It is not a real image. When you see something like this being sold together with a pattern, just know that it is a fake pattern. The second thing is the pattern complicity and simplicity. I found this on YouTube, right? This creator generates images in a generative AI platform, DALL-E, and then writes pattern using a generative platform, ChatGPT, and shares them. But if you look at the pattern and you look at the image, they do not correlate. They say that the finished item is not going to look like the image. It's a disclaimer. But just by looking at this, you can just clearly see that it actually is not going to work as a pattern. third thing is grammatical and spelling errors and other technical errors. I found this book on Amazon. I actually laughed when I found this book. I found this book on Amazon and I thought it was absolutely ridiculous. The book says crochet headbands, but when you look at the photos, these are AI generated photos of hats. This is a technical mistake that I don't think any experienced crocheter or anyone that's putting out a pattern who crochets can make. When you see something like this, just know that the contents inside are a problem. The fourth thing, the construction of the item. If it has perfect angles, perfect circles, perfect curves, like this, just know AI generated. Another thing, unusual color combination. We know our yarns. We see our yarns because we see them in communities. We see people use them. And when we see something that's like this, very colorful and all that stuff, like it doesn't look real, even with the construction combined together with the colors, it doesn't look real. I would stay away if someone put this together with a pattern to crochet. And then the other one is the abnormal sizes of items. Now, there are people that crochet miniature amigurumis, and I've seen some raise the concern. They say people always think that my patterns are fake because I'm doing miniature amigurumi. Remember when the AI images started coming out, it was usually these gigantic images with a grandma sitting next to it or a grandma riding a bike covered in crochet or something like that. If you see something like this, even if there's a real person behind it, it's AI generated. It's not real. And then with these images, especially the earlier images, the limbs always used to be a problem. But now AI is getting better. It's improving on the limbs. But in the earlier images, the limbs will be a problem. And that's something you can also just look at quickly. And then the lack of images, as I said, like the other one that has created patterns with no images, I saw the lack of images is also a problem. If you find a book and usually the lack of images are compiled as a book. So if you find a book with no images, stay away, because again, I don't think any reputable crocheter will put out a book without images. Now that we've discussed what to look for, how do you protect yourself? I think the first thing is to check the designer. Designers, we build communities. I'm a crochet designer myself. I'm still trying to build a community, but I have a community. Some people recognize me from time to time. In our community, we build communities. If you see a crochet design and you're not sure, the first thing is to search for the designer. So they will have a presence beyond a website or a selling platform. You should be able to find them on social media mainly, and in Facebook groups or Reddit community, but you will find them somewhere. They will exist somewhere beyond the selling platform. That's the first thing that you should look for to check if the designer is a reputable designer. The second thing, check the reviews. The reviews will tell you what you need to know. I found this on Amazon. These are the reviews on Amazon of a crochet book. And everyone is talking about how this book doesn't have images. Read the reviews. The reviews are not going to lie. So read them. Whatever they say is what it is. There's sometimes where there is some contention, but if a lot of people are saying there are no images, then there are no images, then you should be wondering what kind of a book is this. Compare the prices. If it's too good to be true, it is too good to be true. I saw this advertisement on Meta. It was both on Facebook and Instagram, and it's selling 1,000 patterns, over 1,000 patterns of crochet amigurumis. I went to the website. The website is just a landing page. The price is, that's the price. I went to the comments and people were highlighting how some of the patterns are not there, some of the images are AI generated, and some of the patterns have been ripped from other crochet designers. If it is too good to be true, it is too good to be true. 1,000 crochet patterns for this price is absolutely insane. If you're still not sure, ask the designer. You're purchasing from a platform, there's a way to communicate with the designer. You can ask them technical questions like what hook did you use? What yarn did you use? What is the stitch that you use? It doesn't, and they will respond, or most of the times they don't. If they don't respond, red flag, stay away from it. If they respond, just make sure that they know the technicalities. Some of them will say things that they think you want to hear, but based on the response, you'll be able to tell whether the crochet designer is real or not. Also, cross compare the images. So if you're not sure, take that image, put it on Google image search or Pinterest image search. It'll find a source for it, and you'll be able to see where this picture exists already. As I said, crochet designers always have a community. If they post it in a group or they post it on a social media page on their page, you'll be able to find it. Just cross-referencing the image will be able to give you the answer that you need. And if you're still not sure, ask in the communities. Crochet is about community. That's what I've seen, and our communities are big and they're everywhere. So if you're not sure, you can take those images and go to a community. There will be people that will help you through that. And at the end of it all, if you've done everything, you've done your research, and you still like, trust your instinct. Just because a pattern has been purchased so many times doesn't mean that it's a real pattern. Another important thing is with where we are right now, you need to inform yourself about generative AI images. You can go and test them for yourself and see what AI generates. And the more you generate these images, the more you'll be able to see what is real and fake, and you'll be able to compare with your own work. Go and learn and test yourself. There are no classes that are going to show us what is fake and what is real. So just invest some time to learn and understand AI limitations. You've done everything or you didn't know and you've been scammed. What do? First thing is to report the scam to the platform where you purchase a pattern. Most of these people are hiding in selling platforms like Etsy, Amazon. So you need to report to the platform and say, hey, I purchased this pattern. This is a problem. This is not a real pattern. This is AI generated because of ABCDE. Platforms are learning like us. They may not give you the response immediately, but eventually with time, they'll be able to pick up and say, if it looks like this, or why are so many people talking about this? Why are so many people reporting this? If you have been scammed, you need to report to the platform. The second thing is leave a review. I said it before, how to protect yourself, read reviews. So if you're scammed, leave a review so that other people are not scammed as well. The real reason why these people are doing this thing is to make money. If we stop putting money in their pockets, they will go away. The third thing you can do is if you've already been charged, you can actually set a dispute with your bank, with a payment platform like PayPal. They can reverse charges. They may not do it because again, we're all learning together. This is something that's new. They may not do it, but the more we report, the more these platforms and our financial institutions become aware of the scams, and in future they will be able to properly protect us. And last but not least, and I know for some people this will be like, oh, it's only $5, it's only $10. I'm not going to go to the police station and report this. But if you're scammed, go and report to your local authority. I'll tell you why. Local authorities start investigating and acting on things when we report them. They can't guess. Again, they'll be like, ah, Mia, it's only $5. Yes, it is. But at the end of the day, imagine $5 by 1,000. Imagine $5 by 10,000. That person is pocketing money from wherever they are. And law enforcement organizations work together. One day they'll come together and say, we've heard of this scam here, we've heard of that scam there, what is going on? But at the end of it all, even though AI is not regulated, scamming is a crime anywhere in the world. So when you take the steps to report, law enforcement will actually eventually have to do something. They can't ignore us forever. They'll have to do something. But then when it's all said and done, you're like, Chembe, where can we find patterns? Well. I did a video previously to show you where you can find free patterns on the internet. So you can actually go and watch this video and see how you can find patterns using different platforms. And with that being said, I hope you found this video informative. And don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you have come across a fake pattern, or you have been scammed, or you just want to let me know what you think about AI, please let me know in the comments. And thanks for watching.